Sharonda, and this is my podcast as well as Facebook and YouTube channel, Spiritual Sense. Today is Thursday, which is March the 21st. And in this podcast, as well as Facebook and YouTube channel, I go over topics regarding the paranormal, occult, supernatural. So if you go on my podcast platform, which is on Spreaker.com, you'll find a variety of topics and regarding the paranormal, occult, supernatural. So I like to start off by saying, like I do in any of my presentations, that this podcast, Facebook, YouTube channel is for entertainment purposes, sometimes informational or even educational purposes. So it is optional. Um, so what I do in this podcast as well, Facebook, YouTube channel is what I refer to as spiritual readings, which essentially is a tarot card reading that may be light or dark. I decided to only do 3 recordings per week. On Sunday, I'm going to be doing the light and dark reading, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays it'll just be a regular light reading. Okay. Um, so before I proceed, I would like to say, Father, Supreme Being of all being, thank you for waking me up this morning to see another day. Continue Continue to bless us and shield us from any injury, harm, or danger. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. As it is said, it is so. I declare and I decree. I ask for infinite wisdom, knowledge, capability, understanding as I do this reading today. So typically, prior to me awakening for the day, you know how you are in between sleep and wakefulness, and oftentimes I think God does put a lot of revelation in us around those times. You know, I have mentioned about the devil's hour or the witching season or witching hour, whichever way you want to refer to it as, where the energies presents themselves typically around about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. You'll notice a lot of paranormal activities. You will also notice if you work in certain fields, spiritual duties or spirit related job fields, that there is a transition or a number of transition that occurs at a certain time after midnight as well. Okay. So um, before the break of dawn, I oftentimes get these inclinations, which I refer to as um, contact with my spirit guide, and I get a lot of these ideations, thoughts, hypothetics, thinking, and things of that sort. And so many a times, it will present itself in my tarot card for that day or the next day. Okay. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to proceed. I'm going to do a 3 card today. And let's proceed to spread out the cards. And we're going to see what the message is from the gods today. I have an idea, but I'm not going to say. I'm gonna see what the cards presents to me. In regarding the reading for today. All right, so we're going to spread the cards around. I have Aeon card. I have, or Eon, whichever one you want to refer to it as. I have Strife. And then I have Costume Designer. I honestly feel as though before I go any further, I think this is a battle in terms of one's identity. Something lets me know that you somehow are being, you feel as though somebody is trying to force you to be something you don't want to be. And something also lets me know that it's against your own personal value. And what do I mean by that? It's like, I honestly feel as though you are in a situation right now where you are the kind of like the weakest link or the the little man, if that makes any sense. And somehow someone is trying to get you to be something contrary to what you was God given born to be. In other words, to forget about your identity. So I feel as though this reading is applicable to somebody in terms of someone's trying to obliterate your identity, if that makes any sense. Um, Now let's go ahead. Let's get a little bit of past history, so I can get a little bit of idea as to what give you some clarity as to what I mean by that. Um, and oftentimes you will find us as African Americans, because we are, greatly discriminated against. We are exploited, even, and oftentimes we will find that there is a fight to get us to be something that we don't want to be. Okay, many a times I would say. Um, but something lets me know that this here is a ploy to get you to be something that you truly don't want to be. I honestly feel as though it's somebody in authority, because I have spirituality and religion card here. So I think it's religions related as well. Spirituality and religion is what it lets me know. So I don't know what your faith base is, but they're trying to get you to obliterate your, in other words, program you, and you don't even have the sensibility to even catch it or even see it. Something lets me know they are in authority, whoever these individuals are. Trust and faith. I honestly feel as though um, they got you so programmed to where you think that it's okay. Like you don't, you know how sometimes when we are thirsty and somebody's giving us a drink of water, many of times we don't pay attention to the things of the ones that's handing us something, because they are providing that drink of water to us. And so we are just let bygones be bygones. We don't see things for what it really is. And I think this is the situation that is going on with you right now. Like you're choosing not to see the reality in what is actually going on. In other words, I did a podcast on Sunday where I mentioned about selling out. I think that's all a part and tell of what selling out comprises, when one uh, forgets about its own identity, self identity, cultural wise, religious wise, whatever the case may be, and oversee things or overlook things for comfortability. You will oftentimes find that this is something that is common among certain individuals, particularly certain quote subgroups. So I have love call here. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. I honestly feel as though not to step on anybody's shoes or anything. I think that's a common thing that was occurring amongst your family. Or what have you. I don't know if this is somewhat of a curse, jinx, or whatever the case may be. I have I like you card here. So I think this is your way of feeling like and feeling privileged, or even feeling um, admired, is to do certain things. Um, I also have coffee cup here as well. Coffee cup. Don't lose sight. I honestly feel as though your past history wants you to know not to lose sight of who you are because of comfortable how can I put it? Because of things. Because things could be obliterated and torn up and taken away. It's the point. If that makes any sense to anybody that are out here, I'm gonna pull your family history card, because I do think that they are wanting to um wanted some type of insight to be bestowed upon you. And this is my first time, I want to say, pulling this one. It's a major arcana card. So we're going to pull up my Egyptian tarot card because oftentimes it is so easy to get captivated into a reality, if that makes any sense, to where we lose sight of who we are as an individual, as a people, as a culture, and we begin to formulate these false ideations in our head that are simply not true. And I think this reading is applicable to your family, those notable in your family who wants to restore some sense of normalcy to you, because it's easy to get out here and be deceived, to be um, pulled away from what the real issue is. It's easy to for temptation to be tempted, if that makes any sense to anybody. That's very easy to do. So I have the Lover's card, but the Beloved, the Two Roads. Now I think I have pulled this card once before. It says the Two Roads, the trial letter number 6. Um, I think it's by way of your lovers, if that makes any sense to you. I think whoever that you're being, whoever that you are being, I'm not going to sit here and say force, whoever you are being strongly encouraged to have a romantic relationship or even partnership or even marriage with. I think they're trying to change you culturally, is what I feel. And in essence, that is prejudice. I mean, I think you just put it this way. This is God telling on the hearts of individuals, because it will begin to manifest and show you how one thinks. And when they become comfortable around you, they let the hair down and then they begin to say some things off label, if that makes any sense. And so you have to be very careful. I think this person only is with you for aesthetics, things, does not truly want to be with you for your cultural background, because they truly and honestly do not believe that you come from a lineage that was powerful and strong and gifted at one point in time. And so I honestly feel as though this desire is to get you to obliterate that part of you and to take on their persona and their culture and beliefs, is what it lets me know. Now, the positive is what is within you. The negative is what gravitates to you. I honestly feel as though the purpose of me doing this reading today is to bring clarity and insight to you, because it's so easy to get encased in a reality to where you lose sight of what is real versus not. Now, the positive mentions trial, exam, attempt, important choice in the effective, professional or commercial field, and others. A decision is necessary, marriage, pledge, pat. So, I honestly feel as though these things, um, I think all of these aspects of this is where it's coming from. Marriage rise, trial, we have exam. I think in essence it's like a conglomerate of spirits that have manifest themselves around you, and you really have to be strong. I mean, it just put it this way, when you have a lot of that energy around you, you're going to have to have some um bodies, not just bodies to help you through a situation such as this. You cannot handle this alone. It's what I feel. Whenever there is a battle or desire, strong desire to get one to change one's identity and to leave one's identity alone, you need the helping hand of multiple individuals, is if that makes any sense. Like you need to have someone to come in and oversee what is transpiring in your situation. You cannot handle this alone, is what it lets me know. Now, the negative, I have falsities, temptation. I think you are being deceived. I think a lot of temptation has come after you or been put before you because coming from humble beginnings. Like I said, if you are someone who are thirsty and somebody bring you a glass of water, okay, you will not see the things that presents to you because of that feeling of thirst. Guilty love, failure in a trial, unfaithfulness, separation. I think these are some of the things that they're wanting to present to you to get you isolated. Love not exchanged, missed promises and decisions. I think, in essence, could be a very well situation of um, a little bit of, I don't want to say, well, just put it this way. Um, is to get you to unfavorably turn against yourself, if that makes any sense. Turn against your people. Now, hear me out. I don't want you to walk around feeling as though everybody that you are in a relationship with or have within your own group of people, so to speak, are your enemy. No, that's not the truth. That's what the enemy will want you to feel. But there are cases where you need to isolate yourself from certain individuals. But that's across the board. That's in every group of the matter. But I think what you are dealing with is a breakaway to get one to forget about his or her own identity, to obliterate, like to become something totally different, despite of. And I think you have gotten so encased with it to where you're not able to see it or even grasp it. Okay. So let's get thoughts face to belief. What would cause one to do these things? Because I think amongst certain subpopulation subgroups, this is a commonality worldwide. I mean, um, it's a commonality. So what would get one to do such things? All right, we have one, two, and let's stay on this side, three. All right, so we're doing our thoughts, faith, and belief card, which is going to give us a little bit of insight about what thoughts, faith, and belief. All right, so number one, I have Ace of Wands. Well, what does the wands represent? The wands represent willpower and life force, passion, creativity, ego, and personality. I think a lot of it has to do with willpower, meaning authority figures. That's what I feel. Something lets me know is something significant in regards to authority figures. In this situation, I do have the judgment card. What is judgment? What does judgment represent? The judgment card. We all know what judgment is. Renewal, awakening, reflection, self-realization, and choices. So I honestly feel as though this is to get you to turn against your own, is what it lets me know. This is not favorable. Like this is a difference between, I mean, there's a difference between isolating oneself from own self, meaning on so-called people, when they're not of your like-mindedness. This here is different. I think this is a manipulative way to get you to disassociate oneself from one's own identity or group. which is very dangerous. I have strength card here. You need to um I think the battle is within. Inner power is what it has here. Persistence, courage, and persuasion. I think it's to show, in other words, to I think the things that has happened to you was a taunt, if that makes any sense. Like I'm gonna give you these things just to turn around and make a point that you don't need it, if that makes any sense. Um, you will oftentimes find people will do such things. And a lot of times people, when you have individuals, they don't give a damn one way or another. This is what I have as the energy. This is your healing. Um, your life's purpose, heart's desire. I honestly feel as though um you are not their heart's desire. Like it's very, how can I put it? Phony and fake. I hate to be the bearer of bad news because, like I said, I want my podcast not to be negative, but I want it to be realistic. If that makes any sense. When I do my tarot cards, I don't want to sit here and tell you all the little great things and wonderful little trinket things. That's not the me. But I honestly feel as though it's not the heart's desire. It said the angels are supporting, guiding, and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. I think your dreams are becoming a reality because what you have been encased in is really not your heart's desire nor their heart's desire. You're being used to prove a point. It's the point against you, if that makes any sense. And it's so sad because you got some people out here in this life experience that can see it. And it's embarrassing to say the least. It is. Let me get your healing energy out here. Like it's embarrassing. Almost pathetic, if that even makes any sense. Kind of like somebody that is foolishly desperate, even. And it's sad. That's the point about it. It's so sickening and sad. I have the divine fruit here. Give me just a moment. I have the divine fruit here. As I work to improve and free myself, I strengthen my foundations. My intellect is light, my heart is warmth, and my soul is strength. I am nurtured by the divine sun. The fruit I bear reflects my inner light. So I honestly feel as though the heart is being revealed right now. It really is. I honestly feel as though you've been praying for things to present itself because I think you're receiving pressure from whoever you are with in terms of doing something that you truly don't feel comfortable with doing. We will all deal with this at one form of fashion or another. The key factor here, I pulled the strength card um, earlier. Let me see if I'm able to find it. The strength card somewhere. The key word is strength. We're going to go back to strength, what it mentions here. We're going to go back to strength. Inner power, persistent, courage, and persuasion. I honestly think the key word on the guide is persuasion. I think this is to persuade you, to get you to do something or become somebody that you're not. That is a hallmark sign of prejudice, demonic energies, to get you to be something that you are not. Now, we all know the proper, appropriate way of conducting oneself. But this is beyond that. This is to get you to be something that you're not. That's what this is. And you will often find we as African Americans, Africans, blacks, or whatever you may want to call it, are oftentimes are played with that, played with the this so-called standard or this so-called um sensibility that is something wrong with us and we need to be more like others. No, no. The next card I'm going to pull is your energy card. Let's pull your energy card. Phobias. So I just had this with the angel card. So I think that's so significant about that is that's when a person truly have some insecurities or some phobias is what it wants me to be conveyed. Now this is by happenstance that this card will just pull with my angel card. So the gods and goddesses as want to relate this message over to whoever is applicable to. When people are plagued with phobias and fears, oftentimes they will manifest itself in a covert matter, is what that is. So let's get your angel card. Well, I had one to drop down. I had two to drop down. So apparently there's two messages that needs to be conveyed if you're able to read those cards. The first one says claircognizance. Archangel Uriel, pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. So, as I mentioned earlier, I felt as though you prayed to God, and I think a lot of things are manifesting for you in this situation. I have prioritized as well. Prioritize. Archangel Metatron, focus on your highest priorities. I will help you to get organized and motivated. So, look, just put it this way. Summons God to help you and assist you in situations such as that. You don't have to become somebody that you don't want to be for no damn body. If they got a problem with how you are, they can get the hell on. That's what they could do. That's what it wants me to let you know. They could go to where a billion or wherever they choose to go. Whenever somebody has a problem with you as an individual, that's their own jealous ass insecurities. It's because they got a problem with their own damn self. Is what it lets me know. And when you start seeing all these different energies that gravitate to you, it's such as that. I always feel the need to want to rectify and correct the situation that don't need to be corrected. When you have issues with you at yourself as an individual, you will allow these demons to come in and to manifest in your space. Don't let the enemy tell you that what you got ain't worthy when they ass is the one around here trying to damn duplicate or imitate. Okay? And this is the purpose and the point that God will show you as such. He will show you competition. He will show you energies in spaces. Just give it time. It's going to present itself. You don't need to. There's no feel no need to prove anything to anybody. It's the point. And you will begin to see that. Now, those who are in needing to be rectified or needing to be controlled, that's who they need to focus their attention on. Is controlling those. Everybody that doesn't agree or disagree with you is not to be is not your enemy, not out to be handled in such a way or control because I choose to have apples versus um, cucumbers or tomatoes or whatever the case may be. That doesn't mean I'm no worse off of a person because I don't do things your way, if that makes any sense. And I'm talking about on a personal level, okay? And sometimes personal can be um tattle over to business aspects as well, which I think there's a fine line between um, handling things professionally and when you're infringing on someone's personal rights and liberties. And I think this is what has transpired with you. Um, this is what stands out right now. This card here, your soul truth card. What can I burn? Let's read that card. It says, burn it all. The ugly lies, the pain, the shame, the criticism, the images that run through your head, the reminders of what you did wrong, and the proof that you are not enough. Burn, baby, burn is what it mentions. Your soul is calling. It's time for a rebirth. You are like the phoenix rising from the ashes, no longer attached to the past. You are free. Your wings are ready. Use them. I honestly think this is time for you to make a transformation. Transformation. You need to move on. Whatever situation that you are in, marriage wise, friendship wise, career wise, job wise, you need to make that transition. Step out on faith and remove yourself from that space. Is what you need to do. Today, Soul's Action, make the choice that you will no longer let the past define you. Pick up your pen. What would your next chapter look like? So you need to be beginning to take authority in your life for your next better half, and your next authority is what the gods and goddesses want you to know. You need to take charge of your life and move past this situation, because I think it's temporary. It's a learning tool for you to help you to grow spiritually, mentally, emotionally. I mean, because as we will see, these are the milestones of life. A lot of energies gravitate to us to put us on our better path to stability, longevity, happiness. And I think you are on that path right now. So I'm going to conclude this episode of Spiritual Sense, spiritual reading. And if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you're more than welcome to comment below. Until then, have a safe and wonderful day. Good day.